A couple of years ago, we quit our jobs to live overseas, and since then, we've done a whole bunch of really cool things. We try to share the details and the how-tos of the things that we've done here on our YouTube channel, but since we're just two people on a budget, we can only really do so much.
So obviously a lot has happened in the past year. The world's been kind of put on hold. Amongst the worst stuff going on, in addition, people's travel plans have been halted. A lot of people have been laid off. Essential workers have been working overtime. And just from talking to people, we know that there's a lot of people reconsidering what they want to do once borders open up. So in this video, we want to share the results of our research in the past few years when we've been looking up alternative living options and kind of just different ways to live our lives. And yeah, we've compiled lists and different ideas over the years, and now we just kind of want to share them with you. Just a small disclaimer, if you've been a backpacker for a while, some of these ideas may not be new to you, but if you've just never ever explored different options, what you could do overseas or how you could travel for free or any of that before, then this video may be helpful for you.
So the first thing we're going to talk about is house sitting, which is what we're actually doing right now. So essentially all this is people go away traveling and you can come in and you basically house sit for them. Typically they'll have animals and plants and minor chores and stuff for you to do, depending on the house sit. And you can do this all over the world. You can live on farms, an island, or in a little countryside log cabin home like we're doing right now.
We're really enjoying it right now. It's a really great way to save rent in your home country, so you can do it in the country that you're already living in, or if you're traveling and you don't want to spend money on a hotel, or you're just looking for a totally different experience while you're visiting another country, house sitting can be a really good option. So the stays can be anywhere from like 2 days to 3 weeks to, I mean, I've seen house sits for 7+ months, and the house sit that we're doing right now is 3 months. So yeah, it's a nice way to switch things up, I guess. So just below, we're going to put some house sitting websites. We use Trusted House Sitters, but we're going to put some other house sitting websites just right here that if you're interested in doing that, you can take a look at those.
Number 2, Workaway. As per Workaway's website, a workawayer is a traveler who wants to give back to the communities and places that they visit.
So how Workaway works is that you sign up for a membership and then you have access to hosts and postings basically worldwide. And then you live with the hosts and help them basically with whatever they need. So this is going to be different for every Workaway situation. So typically you'll help with chores, but in some countries you would help teach English as well. And there's all sorts of chores like gardening, cooking, home projects. I've even seen some for like social media, just farm work. I mean, all sorts of things. So you could work at an animal rescue in Canada, or help run a jungle hostel in Costa Rica, or volunteer at a library in Vietnam. These are all actual postings that I saw today when I was looking on the Workaway website. So Workaway is cool because if you have some money tucked away, or you're already looking to go on a trip, but you just want something more meaningful, this is a really nice way to travel for free and immerse yourself in the culture and meet some people and kind of just get a whole different type of experience. Another one similar to Workaway is Woof.
Woof.
Yeah, Woof maybe.
Woof.
Woof or Woof? Let us know.
Probably Woof.
It stands for Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms. So this is specifically farm work, and it's the same kind of thing. There's no money exchanged between the woofer and the host. So you basically work on farms worldwide, and then you receive free boarding in return, and obviously the experience too. And I should mention that these aren't usually full work days. So I'm pretty sure on Woof or Woof, they say that you only really have to work for half the day. And then on Workaway, it's a variety of different hours based on the type of Workaway it is. But like you could work for 2 hours a day, or you could work for 20 hours a week, and that's split up between 3 days. So it really depends. So that's between the host and then the worker. But yeah, I've always thought that these experiences are cool because you obviously get to gain a new perspective of like from the culture that you're visiting. And then not only do you get a place for free, but you also get to learn new skills and whatever if you want to do that as well.
Another great thing about the last 3 sites that we mentioned, if you're unsure of where you want to go, you can just kind of like peruse through any of those sites and like see what's available. It's just a great way to kind of figure out like where you might want to go. I mean, that's how we use a lot of sites. We'll just kind of see what's available and be like, oh, there's something available in Spain or something, you know, and it's like, let's just go. That's typically how we travel. Like it's just like kind of fly by the seat of your pants. So that's why we really like these types of sites. So if you're somebody that doesn't have a lot of money right now and you don't have the money to be volunteering while you're traveling and kind of supporting yourself a little bit. Number 4 might be good for you, which is taking advantage of working holiday visas. So we've made videos about this before, and this is something that we've done in Australia, and it's something that we plan to hopefully do again before we're 30, but we only have a few years left, so we need to get moving on that. The description of a working holiday visa is as follows. A working holiday visa is a residence permit allowing travelers to undertake employment in the country issuing the visa to supplement their travel funds. So basically, you're allowed to live in that country for a year or two, depending on the country and the visa. So for example, I worked at a skateboard shop in Australia. Rachel worked as an administrative assistant while we were there, both jobs in our fields. So that worked out great for us.
Yeah, it's basically like you just live there and work there and you're just on a working holiday visa. So technically it's for people who want to travel to the country. So unfortunately, this option isn't available in a lot of countries for people who are over 30 or 35 years old. So if you're under 30, I would really recommend looking up what countries will issue you a working holiday visa depending on what country you're from. But I am going to throw up on the screen right now countries that do offer working holiday visas. Because yeah, like Nick said, this is something that we are considering doing again. We only have 2 years before we turn 30, so...
2 years and 10 months.
Oh. We have almost 3 years. So yeah, definitely look into it if you just want to live abroad and work any kind of job. This is a really good option.
It's definitely worth it to try and take advantage before you're 30.
Yeah. So number 5 is getting your TEFL certificate and teaching English overseas. So this is something else that we did, and we have tons of videos on our channel about our experience doing that. Many countries around the world just require that you have a 4-year degree in anything at all. And then on top of that, you would get a TEFL certificate, and then you would be eligible to teach English to students in that country. And then in some countries, no 4-year degree is required, and then you just need your TEFL certificate. So either way, you're gonna have to get that cert, but it's only like 120 hours. We taught English in Cambodia, which is a country that currently does not require that you have a 4-year degree to teach in, and we have tons of videos on that. That's why we started our channel, because we were sharing our experience talking about that. So I will link some videos up here if you're interested in learning about that experience. And then number 6 is teaching English online, which we also have a lot of videos about, and they're mostly done by me because
they're all done by you.
They're only done by me.
They're only done by her.
Because I've taught English online with 2 platforms that I'm actually still on, if anyone's wondering. I'm going to be revisiting them to make some extra money in the new year as well. So this is something I'm still kind of doing, and it's an ongoing thing for me. But you can totally make it your full-time job if you want to. And it's the same kind of thing. So some of the platforms to teach English online require a 4-year degree and then a TEFL certificate, but some just require that you have a TEFL certificate. And teaching English online is a really great option for people who want to travel, if you're looking to even like move to another state or do whatever. I've seen in some of the teaching groups that I'm in, people who travel full time and fully just teach out of hotels, and they bring their background and all their props with them. So it's just a really cool option. I didn't know about teaching English online even when we were doing our TEFL course, and I didn't really kind of find out about it until we were already a year into teaching in a classroom. I really suggest that people look into this if you don't know what else to do, if you want to work remotely, or if you're just trying to like make some extra money while you're getting settled in a certain country. This is something I would recommend because the pay is actually pretty good. And yeah, I'll link some of the companies here as well.
Number 7 does not apply to us as we are not registered nurses, but it is travel nursing. Nurse.org describes this as travel nurses are registered nurses who work in short-term roles at hospitals, clinics, and other healthcare facilities around the world. Travel nurses help fill gaps in areas where there are nursing shortages. So
I see a lot of people in travel groups that I'm in who are nurses, and they also love to travel, and they get to combine those 2 things. I've seen traveling nurses in camper vans and buses and RVs, which we're going to talk about soon. And I've also seen a lot of job postings for nurses around the world. So yeah, this seems like a super fulfilling experience for nurses who love to travel. So if you are in school to become a nurse, or if you are a nurse and you don't know about this for some reason already, yeah, this is something to definitely consider. And thank you, nurses. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, quick shout out to nurses for sure. You guys are the real MVP during all this shit, man. Number 8 is to travel by camper van or live van life. There are a ton of people who have chosen to live a simpler lifestyle full of freedom, including ourselves, by losing the regular rent or mortgage payments and moving into vans, school buses, RVs, or ambulances.
Anyone who follows us knows that we're in our ambulance right now, but I figured that we should mention it, that this is our converted ambulance.
You've probably seen it all over the internet, just like us, which is actually how our journey started in all of this. So we bought a retired ambulance and we converted it into this, our tiny home on wheels. We live in it permanently, and it gives us the opportunity to travel around and to pick up house sits or do whatever we want, really.
So obviously this year we haven't been able to drive it around to all the places that we wanted to. We wanted to take it through the States, we wanted to take it to Mexico, but there is still time to do that in the future. And yeah, this is a lifestyle, like Nick said, that a lot of people are choosing to do. They're ditching the rent and the mortgage, and they're moving into vans and RVs and all sorts of things. So it's something that we thought was super appealing, and that's why we did it. And yeah, we're passing that knowledge kind of on to you now. We love it and we would recommend it to anybody. Number 9 is birthright travel. So you've probably heard of birthright trips to Israel, which is available for Jewish people to go explore and connect with their ancestral culture. But actually this isn't an opportunity that's only available for Jewish people, and it's not only offered by Israel. So if your ancestors are from any of these cultures, then you may be able to go on one of these trips as well.
Number 10 on our list is to work on a cruise ship or a train. This is another thing that we've considered in the past and have not been able to do yet, but there are many people that choose to live the cruise ship or yacht life and take their current skills on board a ship or alternatively onto a train.
Yeah, the train thing is like super popular in Canada here, but cruise ship working is popular all around the world.
I mean, I haven't looked into it too much. I know we considered it, but I feel like that'd be good for like cooks or something.
Yeah, a lot of cooks, but a lot of photographers, dancers, singers, people who already work in the service industry and they are already like serving tables, so might as well do it on a ship. Tons of jobs on cruise ships, actually.
It's essentially a good way to make some money, meet people from different countries, and see some destinations along the way.
The work is apparently a lot. Like, it's apparently super tiring and sometimes can be very chaotic, which I mean, if you work in the hospitality or service industry already, I'm sure you're kind of familiar with this culture. Apparently the stakes are super high on these cruise ships.
The salads are also super high as well.
And from what we've heard, some people absolutely hate it, but some people really love it, and some people never return. They just do it forever and they fall in love with the lifestyle. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, that's something that you could look into. You can bring any type of skill or experience to the sea. I'm gonna put a list here, a whole whack of jobs that you can do on a cruise ship. That's crazy to look at. That is so many jobs.
Speaking of jobs that have housing available, a great example of this is a ski resort. So this is super popular to do up here in Canada. Many of the ski resorts up here have employee housing. Sometimes they're free, other times they're not, but typically the rent to live in employee housing is cheaper than renting a place outside of the resort. So this is really popular among people who are interested in skiing or snowboarding, because you usually get a free pass to the mountain, or at least it's heavily discounted, and you spend all of your free time snowboarding, skiing, meeting new people from all over the world. So it's a really great opportunity if you're from a place that doesn't get snow or doesn't have any mountains to snowboard down.
Or even if you want to just save money on a ski pass, like if that's what you like to do anyway. I know that a lot of people up here just snowboard or ski all winter anyway. So it's like you might as well work at the mountain, get some free or cheap lodging, meet a whole bunch of people, and be able to like live that lifestyle, right? Like, it's all about the lifestyle that you're chasing. It's not just about, you know, having a job and then being able to do whatever you need to do on the weekend. So if you're someone that loves doing this kind of stuff, this might be a great option for you, because not only do you get the free lodging and to do your hobby basically all day, every day, but you're surrounded by people who also like to do that as well.
So I guess that was sort of number 11. Number 12 is to take a certification overseas.
So we didn't mention this one on the list because it might be a little bit obvious, but studying abroad is a way to live abroad if you're attending university or whatever. But being able to learn something new when you're abroad isn't just reserved for university students.
So you can study a certification overseas.
Yeah, this is a really great way to get excited about changing careers, especially if you're looking like for a more simple career and a way to travel while doing it. I feel like, and I'm sure you agree, like it's never too late to learn something new. No. And like the most certifications I can get, I'm gonna get them all.
Yeah, I want to try everything. as many things as I can. So
if you haven't gathered that from our YouTube channel, we just want to do everything. So speaking of other kind of jobs that you can get, number 13 is becoming an au pair. So if you love working with kids, or you just love kids and you're interested in working with kids, this is a super popular option for people. So you can travel and help families from all over the world. Some au pair or nanny positions are live-in situations where you live with the family, which is really great for people, again, if you're looking to save money on rent, and you're looking to like really immerse yourself into the culture by getting to know a certain family. Like, some people feel more comfortable traveling that way if they know they have a place to go home to every night, that person knows how to get around and stuff, right? But if you're not interested in that and you like going home to your own place every night, some nanny positions you don't have to live in with the family too. So that is something worth exploring and totally up to you based on what kind of job you're gonna take. And again, I will just put some of the websites right here that if you're interested in doing that, you can check those out.
Number 14 is to learn a new skill so that you can work from home. If 2020 has taught us anything, it's that having a work from home job is incredibly valuable. You can learn a new skill like software development. There are also tons of work from home jobs in customer support or service.
And then I kind of want to call this one like 14B is freelancing your skills. So if you already have a skill that you're able to sell, see if you can sell it online. I'd really recommend going on to freelancing websites like Fiverr or Upwork and seeing if other people are selling skills that are similar to the ones that you have. Something that is super eye-opening for me to do sometimes is to be able to just go onto those websites and go through and be like, oh, I could do that, or that sounds interesting to me. I would like to learn how to do that. You can sell services from anything like graphic design to social media management to bookkeeping. Yeah, there are all sorts of ways that you can help out other people run their small businesses online, and then you can just kind of freelance and work anywhere in the world. And then number 15 is going to be couchsurfing. So again, this isn't like a long-term option, but something that we should mention if we're going to be talking about like cheap travel or free travel. A lot of people know about it, but some people might not know about it. Couchsurfing is a website where you can just literally stay at people's places for free when you're traveling. And a lot of these hosts are just looking for someone to show around the city. Sometimes they're really social people and they want to cook for you, or they want to cook together and talk to you. And sometimes they're not. So this is another option that I just really want to throw in at the end because, yeah, like we're on this topic of being able to do things for free or for cheap or something new. And this might be a great way for some people to dip their toes into traveling, even if you're on a budget, and maybe meet someone new around the world. So as we learn about more ways to live alternatively and on a budget, we will always share them with you. And we never want to like withhold this research that we've done and like not share it with you guys. We're the type of people that hear of these experiences and go like, okay, well, we should do that.
Just drop everything and go, yeah.
Yeah.
If it sounds interesting enough.
We have like FOMO. We're like, okay, if this is an experience that's available to us, we have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we've been caught between two options really yet. I don't want that to happen.
No, I don't think so.
You've got options. There's a ton of things that you can do. There's a ton of opportunity out there. It's a big world, a lot of people to meet, and a lot of experiences to be had. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Hopefully we have given you some food for thought, and yeah, I guess we'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.